Let's talk about, do you need a full studio or not? So, do you need a full studio? No. There you go. That's that section done. What do you need a studio for? I tried to create a studio downstairs in the basement, and it was so echoey. It was just dreadful. It just didn't work well at all. And so, we spent quite a bit of money making this really amazing studio, but I could not get rid of the echo. We soundproofed it to the nth degree, could not get rid of the echo, drove me mad. And what I noticed was when I went live here, there is no echo. It sounds great. So then I'm like, okay, how about we just put some nice lights on? Get one of our team to create this nice little thing across the top. How about some arrows that point up and down and an agenda to remind me what on earth I'm supposed to be doing? What about some lights and a decent microphone? And I've still not upgraded the cameras. We're still on a camera that we bought 5 years ago, and we've done over 600 podcasts. We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of downloads on iTunes because of our podcast, and I dread to think how many clients we've closed. Is this the most professional setup for a live stream studio you've ever seen? Of course it's not. Do you need a really professional studio? Of course you don't. What do you need? You need, in basketball, it's a boy, a hoop, and a dream. And in live streaming, it's a microphone, a camera, and hope, and a dream. Right? That's all you need. You don't need all this fancy-wancy stuff. It just doesn't matter. And then people, I grabbed myself a list of questions, reasons why people make mistakes in live streaming and why they don't live stream. And what's interesting was 4 or 5 years ago when we first started live streaming, we started telling people, you should be live streaming. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And now they're saying, Dan, how do I live stream? And so we explained to them. I remember saying things like, well, I'm not very good on camera. Yeah, you know why you're not very good on camera? It's because you didn't start 4.5 years ago, 5.5 years ago when we were doing it. Like, I'm much more natural on camera than I am... let me re-say that. I'm much more natural on camera today, he said, messing it all up, than I was 5.5 years ago. My very first video on YouTube is dreadful. I'm in a suit and I'm trying to be all professional. And I'm like, God, it's just dreadful. And one of the big mistakes that people make is that they try and make it like a TV studio, TV interview. Instead of just being yourself, people like you, believe it or not. I know you might find that hard. People like me. Some people don't, obviously, but some people do. And that's great. And so be you. And that's all that people are after. I don't care what product or service it is that you happen to have. You should just go live. Like, immediately after this, just go live. Walk down the street, go live and go, hey guys, today we're doing this. Tomorrow we're doing that. I've just come from this event. I've just come from this networking event. I've just come from this property. It was a 2-bed. It was on at 50 grand. It was nice. The return on it's £500. It's off market. The vendor's looking to sell straight away. Like, is that really important? Yeah. Is walking down the street important? No. What's the important bit? The content is the important bit. I bought some content from Tai Lopez, okay? And one of his training modules, and I paid $400 for his training course, okay? And I'm an avid learner. I buy stuff all the time because I want to see how other people are doing it. But I'm also interested in seeing what are other people getting away with. And what I mean by that is Ty was walking down the street with his camera. It wasn't even landscape, which drives me nuts. It was portrait, right? It drives me insane when people do that. Never film like that. Well, just depends. Anyway, he was walking down the street, and this is one of his modules, and he's literally just walking down the street teaching. Is the fact that he's walking down the street relevant? Absolutely not. Was the content within the module that I was learning, was that relevant? Yeah. What else? What other lesson did I get? That it's totally okay to walk down the street live streaming. If Ty can do it, living in his $35 million house, which I've been to in LA, by the way, I should have. Like, if he can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing to stop you going live other than this idea that you think that you should have this really slick... I'm wearing this crappy, shitty T-shirt from Primark. This is one of my workout T-shirts. Heck, I don't even care about the fact it's a workout T-shirt. I'm off to the gym after this. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is that people are listening to this and they're going to go, oh, do you know what? I should go live stream as well. And you absolutely should. Okay, so let's just cover some of these mistakes. Let me put this just behind the camera. Okay, mistakes people make. Number one, thinking it has to be professional. I think we've kind of covered that because it doesn't have to be the most slick production that you can make. You don't need £100,000 studio. You don't need multiple cameras. Like, if you can do that, there's a guy that does them. What's he called? I can't remember. He's American. He's got a camera on this swingy thing, and it swings in. And he's got music, and he's got people who literally attend the live stream and who can clap, and it sounds really cool. And he's got a video screen that he actually stands on. Which is even more amazing. So he stood on this video screen that lights up, and all this thing lights up, looks like a giant home cinema. It's truly amazing, right? But you don't need any of that. You just need you, a camera, and a microphone. Stop thinking about it has to be TV studio quality. It doesn't. The bit that's important is that you've got people who know you exist and that are continually seeing you. Next problem that people, or the next mistake that people make when live streaming is that they think that they're rubbish on camera. And I've got news for you, by the way. You're correct. You probably are rubbish on camera. And so was I. And some people think I still am. And that's totally fine. Okay? But 5.5 years ago, boy, my first videos, cringe. So cringy. It was off the scale. But practice and practice and practice. And after 600-700 times I've gone live, I'm like, I'll just go live, press record. I've just woke up, I've got sleep in my eyes, I've not had my coffee, not had my shower. Screw it, I'll just go live. I've just, got an idea that I want to share with people, I want to talk about. Just go live. Now, let's just talk about camera shake. If you are walking down the street and your camera's wobbling like this, if your camera's wobbling like that, okay, that's not a good look. So one of the things that you need, you can either stick it on a tripod like that and hold it at arm's length, and that will reduce some of the shake, okay? But also, if you want to buy yourself like a DJI handheld gimbal type device just to smooth it, that works really well as well. So you could do that too. But this is one of the reasons why we like a tripod, because then it's just stuck, it's not moving anywhere, and so that works really well. So if you can eradicate that bit, you're going to be rubbish at first on a camera. I just, if you give me a subject to talk about, knitting, I could talk about knitting now for the next 2 hours. I've just developed this method of coming out with bollocks really easily. Maybe some people would say I've always had that gift. And don't get me wrong, there will be people out there as well who they go live and they just can't do it. They just, no matter how many times they go live, I could learn knitting, okay, and I would just always be dreadful. I'd be a dreadful singer. My daughter brought home, she's 7, she brought home some artwork yesterday because she's doing artwork classes, and just the most amazing artwork. And I'm like, it's not come from me, and my wife's like, it's not come from me either. I don't know where it's come from. She's amazing, and I'm so dreadful at it. And I could spend the next 50 years of my life, if I'm alive that long, just doing art 8 hours a day, and it would not be as good as my daughter's done it. I'm just not a natural. And so there is that aspect, and so just be aware of that. But don't confuse not being a natural with not having enough experience, which is what a lot of people do. You've got to go out and you've got to go and get your experience. Next one is thinking it's not good enough. Like, it's never good enough. I go live and this is not good enough, okay? Like, in my mind, this is not good enough. And then maybe you can ask yourself, well, how do you make it good enough? And I'm at the point now where I just don't even care, okay? So it has to be good enough, because I ain't spending any more money on improving it. I might get a better lighting and that's it, to light me up a little bit more and get rid of some of its fuzziness. But screw it, right? Or you might be, well, that content didn't go quite out as well as I could have done. I had too many ums and too many ers, and I fluffed my words a little bit and got, tripped up over my words. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I make mistakes all the time, and it just doesn't matter because it's natural. People in a one-to-one conversation, if I'm speaking to you and we're down the pub and I'm having a chat, do you think I'm going to and do you think I'm going to sneeze? Do you think I'm going to cough? Do you think I'm going to scratch my nose? Do you think I'm going to trip up over my words? Of course I am. Do you think I'm going to get up and go to the loo? All right, I'm not going to do that while live streaming, but nothing's perfect. What is perfect is you. You are perfect just the way that you are. Some people love you, some people hate you. The more you live stream, the more people love you, the more people hate you. Who cares? As long as you're out there and you're giving out valuable information that is useful for your clients, or if you can demonstrate how you've helped other people and that you can then help new people, that's a wonderful way of putting yourself out there. And it doesn't matter that it's not good enough, because it'll never, ever, ever be good enough. It's just we're human. We sabotage ourselves in such ridiculous ways. People go, I'm not very good at live streams, and I go, how many have you done? And they go, 1. And I'm like, funny that. I wasn't very good at riding my bike when I'd only ridden it once, or driving a car, or anything, right? The more you do, the better you get. It's as simple as that. And it's a journey. It's not a switch. It's not, oh, I've done 4 live streams, now I'm an expert. It's like, I've done 600-700 live streams, and I'm still shit. And I'm getting better all the time. And it's the same for you. Let's talk about having no experience. I've just talked about that. The experience thing, people go, I can't go live because I've not got enough experience. What? How do you get more experience? By going live. And I say this, you do 100 lives and then tell me how shit you are. Because you won't. You'll be like, actually, do you know what, Dan? I'm not bad. I'm all right. I can do it. But you do 1 live and you tell me how good you are. And you go, oh, Dan, I'm shit. I'm so bad. I'm dreadful. And I was dreadful too. And some people think I still am. But I think I'm all right. So that's fine. Okay, finally on this is trying to make it like TV. And this is one of the things I did right at the very start. Suited and booted. I was sat in my chair and I was like this, in my suit and background and I think when I first started my video work, it was like 12 years ago. It must have been 12 years ago. And we used tape back then. It wasn't a live stream. It was pre-recorded tape that you then had to find a way of getting it onto the computer. So you had to buy a thing that connected to the video recorder to get it onto the computer, and then you edited it. Imagine editing software 12 years ago, how crap that will have been compared to now. So, I was trying to make it like TV, and I was talking properly because that's how people talk, rather than Dan speak, which is this broad northern accent who swears. All that stuff has gone now, all that professionalism, that slickness, that making it like TV. It's not TV, guys. I don't know how to say it in any other way. You're not on telly. You're not in a blockbuster at the movies. You're live streaming from your phone, walking down the street, or sat in a cafe, or in a great place to live stream is a park, by the way, because you've got beautiful background, you've got natural lighting. Love that kind of thing. I record when I'm driving in the car, and some people don't like that, and I'm in Spain, so sue me, it's fine. But I'm all right. If it's all right for Jeremy Clarkson, it's all right for me. Although I know it's just recently the police have put some new law in now that says you're not even allowed to touch your phone or something. So don't use your phone, use a camera. I don't know if that's not legal advice. But don't make it like TV. You're not on TV. You're live streaming to Facebook. People don't expect, and I think this is a bigger mistake, people don't expect it to be slick. People just expect it to be acceptable, and that's it. And as long as it's acceptable, it then comes down to your content. If you've got shaky image all the time and your sound is bad, then that's not going to work for you. But if you've got a solid camera and a microphone, and I could remove all this stuff, okay? All this stuff that I've got around me across the top and at the sides and the arrow and the name badge, I could remove it. And it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's about you presenting what you can do to either offer advice, educate people, entertain people, or demonstrate your abilities that you've helped for other people. So, for example, we took on a client, a real life example, we took on a client, they wanted lead generation, and so we set up a landing page with Facebook ads. We then ran the Facebook ads, they drove people to the landing page, people signed up for a free training course, and we got that client hundreds of leads, I should think. I can see the leads coming through all the time. New lead, new lead, new lead. And so if you can demonstrate that, you can even turn that into a case study. And you can make a 30-minute live stream about a case study of someone that you've helped in some way. whatever that happens to be. A client came to me, like, I'm making this up, okay? But a client came, he was 20 stone, we put him on a diet, we got him working out, we got him down to his 15 stone target weight, he's much happier. This is what we did. We looked at his carbs, we looked at his protein, we looked at his fat intake, we looked at how many steps he was taking, non-exercise activity. NEAT, I think it's called. We looked at all of that stuff, and I'm making this up, right? It's just an example of a case study. But it's really easy for you to do. Just think of a client that you've had, that you've done some work with, that you've had a success on, and off you go. Talk about that one client. You don't have to mention the name. You don't have to get too personal on some of those details. For a client that we were generating leads for, on the training, you don't know who that is. We're not giving away anything that would breach GDPR or data breaches in any way, shape or form. Now, if you're brand new and you've not got any clients, but I'm an NLP qualified person, and so we can help people in all sorts of different ways. I don't sell my services in NLP whatsoever. I just use them within my business. But if I wanted to help someone deal with some kind of trauma of some way, I can actually do that. And we have done that with various people that have asked. But we could talk about that. We could talk about, if you've got this problem, we know how to solve this problem, and we do this, and this, and obviously that's a top-down view, but I can't help you in just 2 minutes on a live stream. But if you give me a call, then get into a conversation, then we can look at how we can best help you. Now you're starting to generate leads. You see how that works? So this stuff is about you just starting and getting as much experience as you absolutely can. Because once you've got that experience, boy, you get better and better and better. And ideally, it's like anything, you should have started this 5 bloody years ago. And if you started and stopped, I've got to tell you that consistency is absolutely the key to your success while live streaming. I've been live every day this week, and about, in the last couple of months, I've not gone live stream since like the 14th of December, and everything went really quiet. I've just taken some time off, just relaxing over Christmas and so on. Awesome. Now we're back, live stream every day this week. Guess what's happening? We're getting more strategy leads coming through, obviously. Why are we getting more strategy leads? Because we're more visible. People can see with it, oh yeah, Dan does marketing, I need to speak to Dan. And that's how it works. And then we go on the website, and then we look at our testimonials and our case studies, and we go, oh, I want that for my business. And that's just how it works. You've got to get yourself out there. Anyway, I think we are done for the day. I hope that's useful for you. Let me know in the box down below, and we'll catch up with you guys on the next one. My name's Dan Latto. Have yourselves a wicked day and a wicked weekend. Take care.